greatest award ceremony. Today I would like to award the two people that are really important in my life. They're the people who I respect and follow their examples. I want you to meet my parents. Without them, I wouldn't be here today giving this speech. The reason why I respect them, not only as parents, but as people who have set certain standards in my life. And those standards are respect, dignity, simplicity, and persistence. You might ask, what kind of example can you bring forward about your parents? Well, looking back in my life and thinking of all the good examples that they left for me, that I look back to and say, wow, those were really good examples. And there are many, of course, but just to bring a few, I'd like to point out that there was mutual love between them, their faithfulness to each other, and their trust. Of course, there were times when not everything was running perfect, where their tone of voice would change, or based on their mood, not everything was alright. Maybe they had a little argument, but overall, it ended up with peace and forgiveness. You know, either my dad or my mom would make that first step, just say, I'm sorry. Taking into account all this, I noticed the same thing about myself. I noticed that whenever I offended someone or hurt someone, I would come back to them and say that I'm sorry. And when I investigated all this, I started to notice some kind of pattern between me and my parents, some kind of relationship, and that would be that the way they acted, the way their behavior was, it somehow affected my behavior and somehow reflected in my life. Growing up as a kid, when I became more older, I started hanging out with a lot of friends, and it seemed to me that my parents knew all my friends, knew what they're all about. Whenever they would tell me not to go somewhere, but I persisted or insisted, I'd end up doing something that I could have avoided if I were to listen to them and not go. Observing my parents' actions, I find that they had there was something that supported their actions and not contradicted them. Well, and they would support the way that they would nurture me. And that good reason is that their words were supported with their actions. And that's the very most important thing that I got to myself, that gave me confidence as to why I should obey and follow their example. I'd like to mention that, of course, there are times where not all parents are perfect and not making the best decisions in lives as far as setting a good example to their kids. And, one would be, or the one that comes to my mind is when parents kick out their children once they hit 18. That's truly something I don't understand and probably never will, but I know that it ruins teenagers' lives and the worldview of a true family meaning. And we all know that a true meaning of the family is to be together. So, how it all relates to us students? Well, most of us could agree with me that we're here because of our parents. And the story could be different for all of us, but I want us all to think about our parents and be thankful that they're always there for us. Think about your story from when you were born to when you are now, and all the time and money your parents have put into your life, and thank them. think of all the memories that you had together, and tonight I'd like to encourage all of you, after this ceremony, to go back to your place and think about your parents, and maybe find the time to text, call, or visit your parents and say that you love them. Thank you.
5:20.